grade 8, you might have seen algebraic terms and what part's the numerical coefficient and what part is the variable part. Okay, maybe not. So if you have like a term 12x, the number out front is called the coefficient, and then any letters that follow are called variables, because they can take on any value. Okay? So for 12x, the numerical coefficient is 12, and the variable part is x. And what that means is there's 12 x's. So how many is what the numerical coefficient tells you? What they are is what the variable tells you. So for instance, if x was 3, there'd be 12 groups of 3. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so here the numerical coefficient is -5. So we owe 5 of something. What do we owe? Whatever x times y turns out to be. Okay? There's -5 xy's. There's 7 x squareds. There's -3 y to the 4th. There's -5 1s. There's no variable parts. It's just -5 1s. I don't need to fill in the variable. Okay, how many x squareds are there? Just 1. So the numerical coefficient is hiding there. Okay, so anytime there's no numerical coefficient, it's a 1 up front. So there's just 1 x squared. And here, there's -1 xy squared, whatever they connect. Okay? So numerical coefficient, variable part. Okay, so simplify by multiplying the coefficients. So we want to multiply the coefficients. And we're simplifying here and applying the exponent rules to the variables. So when you multiply terms together, algebraic terms together, you multiply the coefficients, the number parts, and then you use power rules to multiply the variables. Okay, there's a lot going on in a question like this. So if I see 3x times -2x squared, the first thing I'm going to do is multiply the coefficients. So I'm going to get my calculator out, William, and I'm going to multiply 3 times -2, or I'm going to do it in my head, 3 times -2. So I'm multiplying the coefficients. So 3 times -2 is -6. But now I'm multiplying x by x squared, which we just learned how to do. Yep. X to the power of 3. So x times x squared, same base, so I kept the base x and I added the exponents. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so I created something new. I had 3 x's and -2x squareds, and when I multiply them, I now have -6x cubes. Okay? All right. So try the next one. Multiply the numbers out front, the coefficients. Multiply the numbers out front, and then use exponent rules for multiplying to multiply the y parts together. Yeah. Okay, does somebody want to try B? Anyone? Any grade 9 want to try B? No? Nope, okay. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. Y to the power of 4 times y to the power of 5 is y to the power of 9. Did anybody get that? Good. Okay. All right, try this one. Be careful. Negative 4a multiplied by 3a. Negative 4a multiplied by 3a. This, I'm going to put a little star here because this is one that trips people up in grade 9. Alexa?
Negative 12a2.
Good. You remembered the little 1 exponents on the a. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, and then the next one looks complicated, but as long as we follow the rule, we'll be okay. So we're going to first multiply the coefficients, 3 times 7. So you multiply the big numbers out front. Multiply, 21. Now we are going to multiply the powers, x to the 4th by x to the 5th. X to the 4th, so you're just thinking back to when it was nice and easy and that was your question. X to the 4th times x to the 5th is x to the 9. Keep the base and add the exponents. Okay? And then same with the y's. Y squared times y is y to the power of 3, because you remember the invisible 1 there. Okay? All right, if you turn the page over, there's 4 more great things. One thing I saw, which I get, but I'm going to write down an answer here, and you're going to tell me if this is okay. Is that okay for the answer?
I would say yes.
The final answer is right, but what's the problem here? Yep.
There's 2 equal signs.
There's 2 equal signs in a row, but even more than that, does this equal this? Because that's what that golden equal sign says. It says whatever comes next equals what came before. Do you see how they're not the same? So, if you want to do things like this and this, which is showing your thinking, do them on a whiteboard, side sheet of paper, the margin of the page, and then once you figured it out, in this case, that's your answer. Okay? So all that thinking, do it on a whiteboard, do it on the margin of the page, but this is what is equal to that. Does everyone see that? So those other equal signs you had there weren't the golden equals. So same thing here. If you need to do 6 times 5, do it up here. And now you know that's 30. Okay? And then x times x, you've got to remember the little ones there, is x to the power of 2. Common mistake is to just put x there. Okay, the next one. So negative 6 times negative 3 times 1, right? If there's no number in there, you think 1. So negative 6 times negative 3 times 1 is positive 18. And then a cubed times a to the 4th times a squared is a to the power of 9. So multiplying, brackets, multiplying. All right, did anybody get to H and want to give me their answer? Yep. Yep.
X.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Okay, now we're dividing. So simplify by dividing the coefficients. Again, we're just simplifying here. And then applying exponent rules to the variables. Okay? So remember when you see this, it's a means divided by. So 10 divided by 2, we divide the coefficients. And if I need to do that on the side, I do it up in the margins or on my whiteboard. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now I'm dividing powers with the same base. So I keep that base x and subtract the exponents. 8 minus 6 is 2. Okay? All right, so I'm going to freeze it again. Go to your white. Somebody for B. I know lots of you got it. Somebody for B. Paul.
-3.
Okay.
About 36 of it.
Yeah.
Divided by bracket. Okay, then just divide by 9.
Okay, so that's your side work. I'm going to put it up here. So -36 divided by 9, and what did that end up giving you?
-4.
Perfect. And then y to the 5th divided by y squared gave you?
It gave me 1/3.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. Excellent. Okay, who's got C? Kylie.
So we get and divided by -5.
Yeah,
That gives you -5.
yeah,
And then you just bring down the r.
yeah.
And then you just make 8 subtract 5 and then do 3.
Awesome. Way to go. You can explain D. Jacob.
15 divided by -3, which is equal to 5.
-5, good. Yeah,
And then x3 minus x1,
yeah,
that's equal to x2.
good. Okay, remember that one there? And how about E? Cadence.
-32 divided by -4.
Yeah,
And 4 subtract 2, x2.
yeah,
Subtract 6 is 1.
perfect. Okay,
I have
you've got F. Okay, what did you get for F? Brayden? 36. -72 divided by 12. Did you say, sorry, -12? What'd you get? -72 divided by -12.
It's -6.
Should be positive. Negative divided by negative.
What the hell? It says negative.
It's positive. Yeah?
Can I use it?
Yes. Okay, Brayden, finish it off.
A1.
A1, yes. Do I need the 1? If I don't have the 1, what's it understood to be a 1? But it's not wrong to have it. And then B,
4.
yeah,
And C2.
good. Okay, how about G? Okay. Paul?
I did, never mind, on the calculator, I did 8 divided by 6, I got 4.
Yeah,
And then a to the power of 9 minus a to the power of 6, I got a to the power of 3.
awesome. Okay, and the last one here. Paul?
On the calculator, I did 100 divided by -20,
Yeah,
which I got -5.
perfect.
And then 12 minus 11 for
Yeah.
the power of C. I got 1, but you don't need the 1.
Right?
And then D to the power of 7 minus 1 equals D to the power of 6.
Perfect. That's awesome. Nice. Thank you. Okay, and then our last one here, simplify using exponent rules. So remember our invisible brackets. So the reason I left this one till the end is because we're going to use multiplying and dividing to get the answer. Plus we've got our coefficients out front. Okay? So the first step would be to multiply the terms that are in the numerator. Multiply. So who thinks they got the numerator figured out for this one? Molly. Good. Okay, so we multiplied the negative 3 and 8 to get negative 24. X to the 4th times x to the 3rd is x to the 7th. So there's our first simplify step. Now we have to recognize that this is a divide sign now. Okay, a vertical divide. So my second step would be, Jacob?
Negative 24 divided by negative 4.
Yep.
And x squared minus x 6 squared.
7 minus, is that a 5? Yep, is 2, right? To get 4x squared. Awesome. So look how complicated that looks, and then you got this nice answer of 4x squared. Okay, so we've really simplified it a lot, and that's what simplify means. Okay, good job, guys.